missed you so much. It's good to see you.
Our question of the day. Last week, we talked about what we missed. So let's speculate. Which class or group do you think misses you the most and why? And I'll go first. Every once in a while in the mornings, I'll go from class to class all down the junior high hallway, and I call it the appropriate pants patrol. And I'm just looking to be sure everyone has pants that are appropriate, and then I will congratulate them with applause to tell them indeed their class has appropriate pants. Several times I find ones that maybe have holes a little too high. So I am sure that all those kids, especially young ladies, are really missing me because they don't get to see the appropriate pants patrol. I'm gonna go on mine, and I see Donnie next.
The class that I think misses me the most, this is just our experience together the most, is probably my second hour junior high choir. We have so many like little things that we do. We have hump day Wednesdays, we have mainly Mondays, we have falsetto Fridays where they complain all day. So I would say that's probably the class that is probably missing my class the most. So
Heidi is next.
Well, mine is similar to yours in that mine probably is the PDA kids in the high school hallway. I am sure they are missing me telling them to break it up.
Okay, Miles is next.
I'd say mine's a mixture. My AP kids I know are missing me because they're all freaking out about the AP test and what's going to happen and how they're going to score. But I'd say really my seventh hour, they're my craziest class, but they're my most fun class, and I think they're probably missing just having me at the end of the day, getting ready to go. So,
Lori Grimmett.
Hi, I'm not sure which class misses me the most, but I will say after my Zoom meeting the other day that my second hour algebra, because Aubrey Cole says that she loves giving the wrong answer whenever I ask a question.
Perfect. Laura Green.
I don't want to be that person because I want, like, it's every class. But I've been talking with a lot of my, like my graphic design and photo kids and also my seventh hour where like, they're just the coolest cats. And we end up just talking about all the world's problems and they still get work done at the same time. And it honestly is like working with college kids. And I think that they like it too. So I'm going to say that's what they miss.
Very good. Rob Beckett.
Probably the Wings and Summit after school kids. They probably miss the free sodas and snacks that they look forward to seeing come down Monday through Thursday. So probably the free drinks and the snacks. That's probably why they miss me the most. I'm usually carrying them in there at the end of the day after bus duty. So probably my Wings and Summit kids.
Heather Scott.
I have two. One is our lunch crew that usually hangs out in the office and is always yelling about something, is always doing something crazy, planning something crazy. But also my 8th grade kids, they're small, but we also get a lot of work done and they have their ongoing game of tag.
Amy?
Probably first hour. They're my smallest class, and I always say they're my model class because for first hour, they're the most enthusiastic group I think I've ever seen. And it's just hard not to see them every day. So, yep, first hour. But 7th hour gets second place for sure because to be the end of the day, they're usually equally enthusiastic. So the beginning and the end, I'm very fortunate. So those are the two.
Ryan Green.
Homeroom! I have the best homeroom in the whole school.
Jeff Turner.
Well, there's several of them, but I'm going to go with 5th period because even after lunch, they're still extremely enthusiastic. And I think they like me to watch the clock and see where Mary Green can actually beat the clock in to be tardy or not. But yeah, several of them, the classes are just really great.
Mindy Hunter.
Oh my gosh, this is so hard. I'm going to be like Laura. I know that I miss them all like crazy amounts, but it's a couple of kids in each hour. So I'm going to give a couple like individual shout outs. Starting with first hour. I think that in first hour, Kira misses me the most because I tell her every day that I really don't care what she has to say, even though she absolutely do. And then second hour, probably Aubrey Brown's attitude. She just cracks me up every single day. Third hour is my biggest English 10 class, but they are yes, and I'm gonna really miss Brock Thomas and eye rolls when I tell them we're getting ready to read something, especially Shakespeare. Fifth hour, I don't know what I would do without Natalie Work taking attendance and basically taking over that class. She really should get probably a 1/7 of my salary. And then sixth hour, Emily Schrader's eye rolling and eye bleeding every time I tell her we're gonna get back into Shakespeare. And finally, Drew's backstory, 7th hour. So I'm missing you guys all a ton. Just miss you a bunch.
Megan Williams.
I know this group probably usually wouldn't miss me, but they probably are missing me this year because I would be getting to tell them they don't have to do the state testing this year. So probably the group of sophomores that are missing out on having to do I-STEP this year are probably the group that are missing me the most because I don't get to tell them that.
John Collins.
I kind of probably have a couple too. Like my first hour, like especially Samedi Carnahan, who tries to hide and make sure he catches me with good morning before I get a chance to see him and say it. But then also probably my 6th hour group where I have to be the referee between lots of their little disagreements. So they're probably missing having the referee around.
Herb King.
Well, my 5th and 7th hour kind of have this argument about which class is the best and which class actually does better on tests. And so they argue back and forth. That's kind of a cool thing. Second period in my business management class, those guys like to head down to the coffee bar, get coffee, and they're like, hey, it's just like I was in a regular business situation. Can we have coffee or something during the afternoon? So they like that in my second period. 5th period typing, which I get those guys for each semester. I really don't get to hear them very much because we tend to turn out the lights and type for the entire period. So I'm probably missing that typing classes. So hopefully they're all having a good time.
Mrs. Byer.
All right. Well, like a lot of you have said, I don't know, great group of freshmen, and I love my dual credit kids, so this is hard. But I would have to say first hour being first hour. They're quiet. I razz them. They give me a hard time. They're probably missing me, I guess, giving them a hard time. And then my 6th hour honors, I've got some strong personalities in there, and they try to scare me, get me off topic, or just, I don't know. And then homeroom, Troy Waldron dancing. I don't know. That would be a toss-up too. We love Troy dancing and on. So it's a toss-up. I don't know.
KP.
Hey, I think that it's probably my first hour class. I normally arrived at the school with a half a pot of black coffee already in my system. And so I'm pretty spazzy first hour, and I'm pretty sure that I am way too much for them most days. So I bet they're really missing seeing me at 8:15 each day. Also, my homeroom, I really miss those kids, and I'm sure they hate for me. I'm sorry. I'm sure they hate that I'm not telling them they can go to lunch early.
Mrs. St. John.
I think my FFA officers probably miss me the most right now because it would be crunch time between getting ready for auction and contest and banquet. So I'd be like full on mama mode right now. Like they call me the bad mom. So that's probably who's missing me the most right now.
Mr. Cotton.
I think the group that would miss me the most, within this group, you probably split it in half, is the kids we call down on Fridays and play the Golden Girls song and dance to. They are surely missing that, along with the secretaries and everybody else in the office. We have a good time handing out those donuts. So.
Mrs. Beckett.
I know that I really miss my 3rd hour, and I'm certain that they miss me. I miss that I didn't get to see Corbin McMurtry on the way to Florida this year like I did last year, and just hounding him all the time to like not be playing video games, and making Kevin Romero read all the Spanish parts of our stories that we've been reading because I butcher it terribly, and Dakota with the coffee cup that he gave me for Christmas that he thinks is hilarious that Mrs. Hunter and I got mixed up and drank each other's coffee. So, and of course Hope is in there too, and she's the token girl in the class, and we got to talk about prom, and Adam and Zach asking me about my truck. I really miss that 3rd hour group.
Mrs. Rhodes.
I think right now there's the freshmen are missing me because they had about 40 left to schedule, and the seniors helping them figure out scholarship stuff and just organizing everything at the end of the year.
Mr. Comer.
I think one of the things I think about is during projects, I always play 70s and 80s rock, classic rock, of course. And my kids love that. Well, some of them do. And so I know they all miss that. First period is probably the period you have to get away. And so sometimes we have to go down to the coffee bar and get some coffee and refreshment. We do that maybe once a month. And so they'll probably miss that. But all the seniors are missing right now, complaining about the end of the year. And so right now I know that they're missing it, and I know how important it is. And so they missed out on that. And, it's a hard time. And I don't know about what they miss, but I miss them. And it's hard sometimes to even talk about it, but they're all very special.
Mr. McMahon.
Okay, so yeah, like many other ones, this is pretty tough. So I'm just going to real quickly rifle through this. So first hour, I come in way too excited. I don't drink coffee, but Abby always asks me, she goes like, you want coffee right now? And I say, come on, we know I'm not. Third hour, again, enthusiasm in them. Our tangents are great. I miss those tangents third hour. Fourth hour, making Chase Howard do math, regardless if he's paying attention. That's my favorite. Catching him off guard, where he does like the whole like, huh? What? That's my favorite. Oh my gosh, I love it. Sixth hour, making them all talk. My sixth hour is my quietest class, and that's always fun. And then seventh hour, it's last hour math. They have to miss me, right? They have to miss me.
Mrs. Nagel.
I think my first hour class probably misses when I can't decide a question of the day. Hunter Garrison always says, what's your dream college? So as a senior, I've been thinking about him a lot. I know he's really bummed. I know my high schoolers are going to miss our FedEx days, and they were really looking forward to coming back from break and being able to glaze our coil pots. And I'm sure the junior high class misses discussing with me who has better taste in music, and it always being me.
Mrs. Bell.
I think my regulars that come in every day to say hi to me and get their candy regularly on a daily basis.
Mrs. Hearn.
Wait, what? Miss Hearn?
Miss Hearn.
What the heck?
7th grade.
This is the easiest question ever. It's the other half of the freshmen that have not square danced. They're probably crying, looking up videos, trying to figure out how to square dance. I feel so bad for them. I know that's who's missing me the most.
Laney.
I would probably say my 7th hour. It's my smallest class of the day. I like hearing their stories about Ethan Brown telling me, trying to teach me about hunting, and just trying to get caught up on the Algebra 2. Just the camaraderie that's there for sure.
Mr. Foxworthy.
Yeah, probably my second, third, and sixth hour classes. They're small, and we always have 3 questions, and sometimes they have very thoughtful answers. Sometimes our answers make you scratch your head and have to Google something, but that's all right. I think they miss that.
Mrs. Smiley.
I think all of my classes miss me, but I think probably the 7th period German 3 the most. I know I miss them the most. We've been together 3 years now. We've talked about when I take you to Germany. That's already been postponed once, and who knows about the future. But we've really turned into family, even though there's a variety of personalities in there. We're all joined together for learning German and enjoying the Germans. So I miss them a lot, and I'm sure they miss me too.
Mr. Rumler.
I think my 5th hour elective PE class misses me the most. They come in every day right after lunch. They're a little bit tired, a little bit lethargic. So I have to do a little bit extra to push them, keep them in line. So I think they miss that.
Mr. Carroll.
Hey, how are you? Kevin Culverhouse. Only because I love that kid. And I know he loves me. And he can't do anything without me either.
Mr. Broadwater.
The class that misses me the most is without a doubt AP History. They miss their lectures. They miss their review questions. I miss their sarcasm and their eye rolls. So I know they're missing out.
Miss Such.
I think that the group that misses me the most, since I travel to every class, is going to be the group I have, the 8th graders that all call me mom. They like to joke around and say that I am their mother, and they like to give me a hard time on a daily basis.
Mr. Cummins.
Yeah, so first hour, helping me come up with the question of the day, specifically Jack Weston on that, but also the discussions in that hour. 4th hour, the discussions and the interactions we have daily right before lunch, and them asking to leave early every day. And then the junior high kids that just ask me how I'm doing every day. usually in 5th or 6th hour. That's what I miss.
Mrs. Crowder.
Truthfully, I think my precision ag class probably misses me the most, but I said something about them last time. So this time I'm going to go with my 7th hour ag business class. There's a couple kids in there, Shelby, Libby, Jazz, and Garrett Watkins, who always have like a little powwow session before class, just talking about everything that's going on in their lives. And in turn, they're probably the class that knows the most about me. So I miss you guys. I know you guys miss me. And if you're not in those 4 group of kids, I know you miss listening to their conversations just as much as I do. So I miss you guys.
Mr. Baker.
Good morning, all you cats and kittens. I would say probably first period, simply because they're my guinea pigs. They miss me the most because they love the way I experiment with my lessons on them. If it doesn't work for them, then I got to revamp the whole thing. But no, they're great. They're small. They're usually wide awake and first thing in the morning, and just a fun group to get to wake up to every morning and see first thing in the first period of the day.
Mr. Davis.
Brian Green's vocational class, I kind of awkwardly saunter in there at 10:40 before I go to lunch, and I'll shout out Peyton LaFoon. He's always quick to come up with some good food for me. So I miss those kids. I hope they miss me coming in there and trying to squeeze in something Brian's made that morning.
Mrs. Davis.
Yeah, I have to say this is my 3rd hour group. I had 3 sophomores, so just the 4 of us, and they all felt really positive about their first round of ISTEP. So we had a little lunch date planned for after spring break. So I miss that, and I think they might kind of miss out on it.
Mrs. Baker.
Yearbook, I'm sure they miss me telling them that they cannot put pictures of kids with their tongues out in the yearbook. And my 7th hour, we always watched a video that Abby would send me of her roommate's cat, and they would always ask about the Daily Bean video.
Mrs. McBride.
I am sure that there are a few boys in my 2nd hour world history class that miss coming in and asking me if I have any food in my desk because they miss breakfast and they're hungry. And I'm also sure my world history classes miss my daily reminder to please put their cell phones back in our shoe organizer until the end of class.
Mr. Nickel. Mr. Nickel, you are muted.
Yep, totally messed up. All right, good thing. I would say group that misses me the most, there's a lot of shout outs. My 2nd hour recycling crew, they dreaded it. I owe you guys a pizza party somehow. I'm going to make that up to you guys. I know all my FFA members miss me. I miss them. And then I do miss Dalton and Troy doing their dance off. It wasn't just one, but I got 2 of them. That was always great. And then I actually got an email from 2 students that they were mad that I didn't give them a shout out last week. So Gwen and Liam, I miss you guys as well.
Mr. Moore.
Yeah, if I went public as to which 7th grade class I missed the most, or that missed me, I would have rioting probably outside my door. We go through a lot of back and forths of which class is the favorite, but all of them equally. Hopefully my athletes, both junior high and high school, in multiple sports, miss working hard and the team camaraderie and having success.
Mr. Morgan.
I think it's pretty easy. It's more of a group of students, all the freshmen and junior high kids that always walk by me every day. Are we swimming today? And I get that about 100 times. And I really miss it. And I'm sure they miss asking me that question every day.
Well, McKenna.
I miss my homeroom, and I think that they miss me for sure. It's like all my classes combined into one. I think they miss just trying to get me to let them go a little early to lunch. Miles Horrell, I know misses me because I would tell him I love him every single day and make him so embarrassed. And Megan, just kind of joking with him for writing his L like a C, so I started calling him Mices instead of Miles. I know he misses that, and I miss him, so that's it.
Mrs. Swaney, who do you think misses you the most?
Wait, hold on. Tell her to hold on.
Okay, I'm holding on.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Gosh, I miss the office. My peeps in here. Everybody. I see everybody almost every day. I miss you all. What a way to go out, huh?
No
it's
kidding.
me, Mrs. Swaney. If you're wondering, I'm the one that misses you the most.
No.
Not true. It's me. It's me.
No, I think it's me.
No, it's me.
Me.
That's gotta be me.
Clearly, it's me.
It's totally
Really
me. I
miss
call
you
her
all.
beautiful every day.
Oh, well,
Hey.
Angela and I are still here working. So if anything,
if you guys need anything, personally for you guys' self, we'll try the best we can. But we're here paying bills. John, I talked to Christy yesterday a little bit, so we're still here for a little bit, in and out. So you know where to get a hold of me at. Miss you guys.
I would say all of McKenna's labs, they probably miss me not letting them sit anywhere they want in the room or listen to music because Miss Frank was the cooler teacher. So I would say all of her labs.
Hey, Morgan Rumler, can we see the baby?
This outfit's actually from Kim, if you can see it.
He loves me so much. Can't you tell?
And Mary Beth, who do you want to dub next to do the question of the day for next week?
Well, as it was torture to me, I kind of feel like whoever I pick I'm just punishing. Let's see. Mr. Comer has given me a hard enough time that, you shouldn't have given me that detention in the 8th grade, Mr. Comer. Have fun. I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about it, so.
Yeah, thank you a lot. And Blake, just be careful.
Let's all just sit here and stare at each other. Go.
All right, that's all I have for today.